Hi, I'm Bob from on behalf of Radar Busters. I wanted to do another comprehensive test. I think it's going to be the first of its kind in the North America or United States, which is another difficult to detect radar speed camera photo enforcement source, which is called MultaRadar MRCD MRCT. What you're looking at here is such a system. It's got a very low powered. This one is a frequency modulated continuous waveform radar, and it's polarized. So all of those things, low power, FMCW, and polarization, make it much harder for a radar detector to detect these sources. So what we're going to do is we have a bunch of the latest detectors that are available, and we're going to run just like we did with our RedFlex test that you may have already seen against this type of system, and then we're going to see how these detectors do. Okay, here we go. We have the Uniden R7 on K-wide and MRCD on. Now, interestingly enough, as we're here to test MRCD, it just so happens that there is a low-power RedFlex system up here on our right. So we're going to hit a RedFlex system and then the MRCD system back to back. So interesting, you see two very difficult systems. 24055 is the RedFlex system. We're passing that now. 24055, it's going to the rear side and then to the rear. Okay, and next we have the MRCD system up ahead here. Here we are, we're getting the detection. I'm going about 43 miles an hour. 24089, 24082, it sees it as MRCD. To stop here.
Front K-band. Front K-band.
Speed limit here is 50, so I'm going to kick it up to 50.
Front K-band.
24083.
Front MRCD.
We got briefly, it shows 3 additional Ks in the front. There we go. Sometimes 2, sometimes 1. Getting some great range with this R7. $24089, $24082. Getting some ferocious range with this R7. That's also showing a 24144, 24082. Passing the source now. There are MRCDs, one on each side of the road. We got a 24157 now. Could be picking up the other system that's facing this direction on the other side of the road. So some pretty stellar detection here from the R7 against an MRCT system, actually. Okay, now interesting with the Uniden R7, getting the MRCT all the way back here, but with the R7, we can disable K-band altogether, and we'll still get MRCT detections, even though it's on K-band. It's frequency modulated. It'll still see MRCT with K turned off. Now we're probably not going to get an alert to the RedFlex system, which we are now passing now. So we're getting no low frequencies of the RedFlex, because that is K-band, even though it's polarized. So all we're getting now is the 24082. Still 24.082 gigahertz on the frequency. Some draw dropping range here. Just incredible. We're going to back it off to 45. Still solidly 24082. No other frequencies are showing up with K turned off. Okay, we're passing the source. Now it does show, here we get a 24,157 and 095 now that we've past the other system that was on the other side of the road. We do get individual indications of K as well. Now we shan't get this K-band signal that we got earlier that was pointing ahead because K's turned off. Okay, we're getting actually a 24095 and a 157, and that's these systems up ahead here. Okay, we have a Uniden R3 with MRCT turned on. Getting a 24055 from the RedFlex system up ahead here. We're passing that. So 24055 RedFlex. And we're going to be coming into an MRCT system, MultaRadar CT system up ahead here.
MRCT.
We're picking up the MRCT
K-band.
system, but then we just got a 24201 that's picking up some cars.
MRCT.
Okay, we're getting the MRCT system again. (24082).
K-band.
It's indicating K, but it actually is the MRCD system. (24) 24084, 24082. The R7 did a better job at distinguishing and seeing it was a MultaRadar system as opposed to just a K source. Still no indication that it's a MultaRadar. (24083). Now we got a 24164 briefly, showing 3 other K alerts.
MRCT.
Now we get the MRCD.
K-band. MRCT.
Now we see the 24144. Passing the source. We got a 24157, which is the system that's facing in the back. Okay, to make it a little easier now to distinguish the MRCD like we had on the R7, I changed the tone
MRCT.
to match the one I used for the R7. Now, this is the R3 with K-band turned off, just like we had with the R7 at one point. Now we have a RedFlex system up here, which is just running on conventional radar, even though it's polarized, it's not frequency modulated. Therefore, the system's not going to alert to that. And we're passing the RedFlex system right now. So K is turned off, but MRCD is turned on. We got a brief glimpse of that 24082 frequency. Here we got it again.
MRCT.
Gotta love these red lights. Just going to turn it to its side. Still steadily 24.082. Just playing here with the orientation. See if we pick up any difference. Makes me think this is actually, it's polarized, it may be vertically polarized. Which is interesting. Well, if that is actually the case, that it's vertically polarized and not horizontally polarized, even though it's FMCW, may suggest why we get a much better detection range with these detectors, with these systems. It's 24.095 now, we're getting that. Okay, we have the Radenso XP now on deck. Here's the RedFlex system showing on a really low side with the XP here, 24.027. So that was the RedFlex. I love these red lights. Okay, we got a 24.056 now as a K-band. 24.045. Steadily at a 24.045 on the XP. Now it's showing a 24.055. 24057 now. Twenty-four 110.053. Jumps around a little bit. 106 61 58. 122, we're passing the source. 047, 24 135, 060. So as you would expect as an FMCW source, it's showing different frequencies for K, but not alerting you that it's MRCT. Okay, we have the Radenso XP in K narrow with BSM filter on. I wouldn't expect that we're going to get an alert from this RedFlex system that's up here that we've been passing. There it is. No alert. We're passing the source. So now we're heading towards the MRCT system up ahead here. Gotta love the red lights. Especially when there's nobody else in the intersection. So no alert from the XP in K narrow mode so far. So no alert. Now we're getting the alert on some of these frequencies at 24 102. 24 102. And then 134 099. So you do get an alert, but clearly the distance was significantly reduced. And it only saw certain parts of the FMCW frequencies. Okay, we're driving with the Valentine One now on deck. to be first coming to the RedFlex system. There it is. Not much warning, and that's facing our direction, so we would have been toast. It's brutal. This particular MRCT system is vertically polarized. Interestingly enough. Seems like this light is always red. Lovely. So far, no alert from the V1. Now this is with the TMF filter enabled. That's on by default. Lovely. Okay, no alert from the Valentine One. We finally got something. Passing source. Okay, that last run with the Valentine One that we just made was actually with the TMF and junk filter off. So now I've enabled the traffic monitoring filter and put it on. Now the default is on. I had it off. So we're back to the default setting. Okay, getting the RedFlex here, facing us. Pretty much no warning that would prevent a speeding ticket with this detector on that, unfortunately. was going to happen. Okay. No alert so far. Now this is the default mode. There you go. A little late. Okay, we're driving with the Escort Max 360C. We're going to be making our approach. We're picking up the RedFlex system here at 24055. Then we're heading towards the MRCT system up ahead here. Unidens were already alerting back here, so they were really crushing it on the MRCT. Now, the Max 360C, the US version, doesn't at the moment have MRCT detection specifically available. Absolutely brutal. Okay, no alert so far. Okay, passing the sources. Nada. Niente. Okay, we have an Escort Max 360C International, which does have the ability to detect MultaRadar. So we have MRCT and CT both enabled on this detector. Now we're getting a 24091. Not getting the RedFlex alert. Unless it mistook the RedFlex for the MultaRadar. We'll see. They very well have done so. Now we're getting a 24091. This guy got MultaRadar back here pretty far, and it was overriding the RedFlex K alert. That's now my interpretation of that. Now, unlike the Uniden R7, which announced and indicated the direction Escort chooses to alert like laser and flash all lights, which I think the Uniden approach is better. Why not get directional information? You have the antennas. It's showing 151, 071, 091, jumping around. One 151, 091, 071. 101. Okay, we have the Escort Redline EX with MultaRadar CD and MultaRadar CT enabled. I'm going to hit the RedFlex system first. Really not much warning at all. There it is. Showing 24060 on that. That is absolutely brutal. Oh my goodness, these lights, they're brutal as well. Especially when there's no one in the intersection. Okay. So far, no alert from the Redline EX. That was going to happen. Okay, no alert. There we go, but it's full strength. No ramp up, just full strength like IO. 24096. 24080. $166, we're passing the source. 174, 166, 152, 160, jumping around. Steady on the 160 now. No signal ramp at all. Okay, we have an Escort Redline EX International with MultaRadar on MRCD, MRCT, but this one has the ability to turn off their IVT filtering. We're getting a 24057. Better with the passing that now against the RedFlex with the IVT filter off. And then we'll see how we do with the MultaRadar system. Light always seems to be red, isn't it? Okay, continuing on with the Redline EX International with MultaRadar CD and CT both enabled, but IVT filter turned off. This is something you don't have at the moment with the US version of the Redline EX. So we'll see if this makes any kind of difference in detection. Okay, so far no alert. There we go.
MultaRadar.
24098, I think, or 09, yeah, 098, 099. 160. Passing the source. 173, 160. I just don't care for the ramp on this, which is basically none, versus the other detectors, which give you the appropriately gradual signal ramp as you get closer to a source. Okay, we have the Escort IXC on the windshield. And we're making our approach. Now here's a RedFlex system up here. You can see it. We get the alert 24056. Passing the source. Finally, we catch a break with this light, eh? Almost not. Okay. Okay, we're picking it up from all the way back here. Very nice. 24083. So it's pretty fascinating. The IXC alerted back here. The Redline EX didn't alert until we were basically on top of it with a full blast of IO type. And the Max 360C US version didn't alert at all.
K-band.
So it is interesting in the Escort line, as you go up in price doesn't necessarily mean that you go up in capability. 24083, 145, there we go. .083 now, passing source. Steady on the 24083. So that's another surprise that the IXC versus the Redline EX and the US Max 360C handled, I think, these systems better. Okay, we have the Whistler CR97 now on. We're going to be making our approach to the MRCT system, but there's a sneaky little RedFlex system up here first. Very, very difficult to detect. I mean, it's just like crazy. There it is, and we're getting some detection there from the CR97, which looks to be in line with some of the other detectors. Very nice. But still, if you're speeding, you're not going to get much protection with any of these detectors, to be honest with you. It's pretty brutal. Okay, here we go.
K-band.
Wow. Now we're getting the FMCW data. Now we have the FDSR on to mute the source. We get a 3333. So we're muted right now, but we're still alerting. Signal strength 2, 1, jumps around. 2, there we go, 217. '86. Now it's actually indicating a traffic camera up here. Needed to turn that off. Okay, passing the source. Right on. Then we get a 204 showing the FMCW source. And the whistler provides certain data about how it's being modulated. Okay, we have the Radenso Pro M on deck, and it's interesting, we're picking up the MRCT system.
K-band.
Look at that. We have dueling bands here. This is the alert to the RedFlex system. Passing that now. There's the MRCT detection. Way back here. Now this is on MRCD and MRCT wide with MR filter off and traffic sensor rejection also set to off. Okay. Alright, it's picking it up K, but there it is. We lost it. Seeing it again.
MultaRadar.
Now it's indicating MRCD, but we're back to MRCT. Back to the MD, back to MT. Okay, we're passing the source. It's indicating now MRCD. Now it's back to MRCT. Showing MRCD now again. Okay. Okay, there are lots of combinations I can do with the Pro M. So right now we're going to run with MRCT narrow and traffic sensor rejection on the high. MRCD is turned off and MR filter is off. So we have a RedFlex system up here, up ahead. There it is.
K-band.
Okay, we're passing it. Now we're getting the MRCT alert.
K-band. MultaRadar. K-band.
Jumping between C and K and MultaRadar. Traffic sensor rejections on high, and MRCT is on narrow on this pass.
K-band. MultaRadar. K-band.
Okay, we're passing source.
MultaRadar.
Okay. Okay, we have the Radenso Pro M with MRCT narrow, traffic sensor rejection high, and MR filter on. Now we're going to be coming to the RedFlex system here. This little sneaky little bastard. Passing it. And we'll see how we do with the MRCT source up ahead here. We're picking up a K-band alert. Showing the MultaRadar as a K-band likely now. There we get MultaRadar with the signal strength of 9.
K-band. K-band. MultaRadar. K-band. MultaRadar. K-band.
So with these settings, it's a bit erratic on how it alerts.
MultaRadar.
Okay, we are now running with the Radenso Pro M with traffic sensor rejection low, MRCT wide, and MR filter off. The last run we did was MR filter high, so we picked up some MRCT back here. We still have a RedFlex system up here on the right. And there we're getting an alert to that. Really lethal, look at that. Passing it now. Okay, we're getting that K alert, but it's not distinguishing it. There it is, MRCT.
MultaRadar. K-band.
It's going back between K and MultaRadar.
K-band. MultaRadar.
Now in this configuration, the Pro M seems to be more consistently identifying it as MultaRadar. Passing source. All right, that's going to do it for this course.
K-band.
I hope you enjoyed the test and the video, and if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to us, we'll have more good stuff coming. Be sure to visit Radar Busters if you're looking to get any of these detectors. So again, take care. Thanks.